Dumping is affecting our industry quite a bit. We have an extruder out there that's been sitting idle for quite a few years. We just don't have the volume of work to run it.
Dumping affects our industry by eroding it in the first place and destabilising it.
Well, dumping affects our industry because we cannot compete with the prices that are being given to companies that we would normally deal with.
Dumping it will reduce the price of the glass because people will buy cheaper glass because it comes in cheaper, and that means we'll go out of business.
Dumping means that it'll cost Australian jobs, not only for now, in the future, for our kids, and it's just a progressive line of losing manufacturing in this great country of ours.
Dumping is when a country exports to another country at prices that don't reflect the normal value of that product in that home market. So the export price is lower than the normal value, as it's called, in that home market. The difference is the dumping margin. That is what is providing a competitive advantage to an unfair advantage to those producers in our market. In addition to dumping, there's a range of subsidies which are available to those producers, which can also act to undercut prices below their cost of production in that home market, in our own market. These are illegal activities as far as the WTO is concerned. There are strong sanctions against that behaviour, which Australia has access to as a member of the WTO.
If the government doesn't do anything about this dumping, in 5-6 years' time, we could be looking for another job. There just won't be work here for us.
If dumping is allowed, where will our future lie? Will industry or manufacturing such as BlueScope Steel eventually disappear? What will happen to the local community?
If the government doesn't do anything on this issue, I think we'll just hemorrhage and go out the back door.
In 5 years' time, if the government does nothing on dumping, we'll be out of business. We won't have jobs.
In a range of our industries in the manufacturing sector, whether we're talking about products made from steel, aluminium, glass, wood, paper, we are facing the challenge coming from dumped product, whether it be through wind towers coming into this country, solar panels, wood products, glass products, even toilet paper is subject to the dumping threat. Not only the threat, but the reality in many cases. And we need to be doing something about that, because in addition to the competitive challenge that these industries are facing because of the high Australian dollar, the dumping challenge, the unfair dumping, the illegal dumping is really taking a lot of our industries to the brink.
So we'll be launching this campaign at our national conference, and from there we'll go back to our workplaces and speak to our companies and our members about the effects that dumping's had on their jobs, and encouraging them to go back and speak to their family and friends and the broader community about how dumping not only affects their job, but affects the broader economy. We'll also be encouraging our members to assist us in educating politicians about the effects that it's having on them, and ensuring that we get good regulation going forward so that we come into line with the rest of the world.
The AWU is calling on the federal government to establish an independent commission similar to the likes which have been established in the United States and similar to the likes which have been established in Canada to investigate China's illegal dumping on Australian markets of steel, glass and aluminium.
Members expect the government to stand up for them, to stop foreign companies from cheating the system and to defend Australian jobs.
Dumping simply is China selling Australian steel at a cheaper price than what they paid for our iron ore, and that is unsustainable.